What's up guys, it's OG Dreams 101 here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the best budget purple loadouts that you can make in 2025 after the market crash update for the CT side. Before we jump into the video, I do want to put up a disclaimer. If anyone is trying to buy any skins in CSGO after the market crash update, with users being able to trade up reds to gold, either gloves or knives, especially with the gloves and knives in the end of this video, make sure it is money you can lose. This video is an informative video and not a reason to buy or sell after the crash. Also in this video, I will be going over my personal picks for the best CT-sided weapons. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video with all the CT-sided weapons for the best purple budget loadout in 2025 after the market crash update, let's try to get this video to 10 likes and I'll start making that video. And also, if you guys want to get more informed when I go live or post new videos, or give me suggestions on any other type of content you would like to see, or any other color loadouts you would like to see on this channel, you can join the Discord channel down below. Other than that, let's get right into the video. Starting off with the first weapon on the list, we have the USPS Alpine Camo in minimal wear condition. And this gun will only cost you $1.11. And also, this gun has secret patterns that can change the heat treated kind of designs on the trigger, on the back, and on the top of the gun to blue, kind of like the 5.7, also in the Sport and Field collection, and the Desert Eagle heat treated. It will change all these metal parts into full blue gems, which could give you overpay and just make the loadout increasingly better. Next pistol on the list, and the same pistol we used for the T side from last video, we have the dual Beretta Flora Carnivora in minimal wear condition, and this gun now will only cost you 97 cents, and honestly, it's pretty clean even with it being super cheap, and it's in minimal wear condition, which you can't really hate for that price. Only 97 cents for this, and honestly, it's one of the best purple and clean looking dual Berettas that you can get for 3 cents under $1. Next on the list, and the same skin that we use for our T side, because it's the best looking P250 skin for any purple loadout enjoyers, we have the P250 Plum Netting in minimal wear condition. You can also get it in factory new condition, will only cost you 1 cent more, that being 4 cents compared to minimal wear being 3 cents. But honestly, for only 1 extra cent, you can't really hate on getting a factory new condition compared to minimal wear condition. And honestly, this skin looks insanely clean and is also from the Ascent collection, which is a recent collection, which justifies the price being so low. But honestly, I think it's a go-to pick for any purple loadout enjoyers. Next on the list, and our first CT-sided weapon that is not on the T side, we have the 5.7 Flame Test in minimal wear condition. And this gun will only cost you 17 cents. And honestly, it's one of the best 5.7 skins you can get. Honestly, not just for purple loadouts, but in general, because with the new CS2 graphics, the shine and the pearlescent of the back of the skin looks insanely clean. For only 17 cents, you can't really hate on that price, and it looks insanely clean in the sun. Moving on to our last pistol on the list, and the first blue weapon on the list, since some of the skins that I chose were not all purple, since a lot of the skins that I chose don't even have a purple option, or the purple options are way too expensive or are from discontinued collections. So this is why I chose some blue skins for some of the guns in this loadout, because blue looks perfect kind of with purple loadouts and is the best option for any budget loadout enjoyers. But for the Desert Eagle, we chose the blue ply in minimal wear condition, and this gun will only cost you 45 cents. And honestly, it looks insanely clean. But honestly, there is some people that can hate this weapon, but honestly, for only 45 cents, you can't really hate on the price. And it's from the Prism 2 collection, which is discontinued. But honestly, you can't really hate on this. Any haters that say this is a bad skin, for only 45 cents, it's really nothing that you should be hating on. But honestly, it's a go-to pick for this loadout. Moving on to the mid-tier section of this loadout, we have the Nova XO in minimal wear condition. And this gun will only cost you 26 cents. And honestly, even though this is the same Nova skin I used in the T side video, the best thing about this is it's available in T side and CT side, so it just lowers the price of the loadout overall with this being the same skin, and you can use it on both CT and T side. Moving on to our second shotgun on the list and our final shotgun on the list, we have the XM1014 Ziggy in field tested condition. And this shotgun will only cost you 76 cents. And honestly, for the price, you can't really hate on it. Like the Flame Test 5.7, it also has a shine to it when you get in the right lighting. But honestly, I think that the skin also has some unique patterns that could increase the amount of purple on the back side of the skin and the barrel. But honestly, for only 76 cents, you really can't hate on the skin. And it is also from a discontinued case, that being the Spectrum 2 collection. But honestly, it is a go-to pick for any purple loadout enjoyers. Moving on to my new favorite SMG that I've been using a lot, I have the PP Bison. And the skin that I chose for the PP Bison is the PP Bison Space Cat in minimum wear condition. And this gun will only cost you 75 cents. And honestly, for that price, you can't really hate on it. It is from the Dreams and Nightmares collection, which is still an active drop full case. But honestly, for minimal wear condition and it only being 75 cents, it's a go-to pick. And obviously, if you want a factory new condition and you don't want all these scratches on the gun, you can pick up a factory new condition for only $1.68. But honestly, for half that price for a minimal wear condition, I'll deal with some of the scratches. But honestly, it is a go-to pick for any purple loadout enjoyers. Moving on to the second SMG on the list, we have the MP7 Anodized Navy in factory new condition. And this gun will only cost you 54 cents. And it is also from a discontinued collection, that being the Italy collection. But honestly, even though that it is blue, the reason why I chose this skin over any other skin for the MP7 is because the MP7 doesn't have a lot of skins for it by itself. And it also doesn't have a lot of purple skins for cheap by itself. But honestly, for a blue loadout enjoyer or purple loadout enjoyer, it is a go-to pick for this loadout, and only for 54 cents, you can't really hate that price. Moving on to our final SMG on the list, we have the P90 Neon Queen in battle scarred condition. And this gun will only cost you 38 cents, but honestly, for only 38 cents, you can't really hate that price. Even though you might hate that it's battle scarred condition, I love this skin and its battle scarred wear, because the worse the wear, it creates a darker purple kind of tone to the skin, which you don't really get with factory new. And it fits perfectly for any purple loadout enjoyers compared to the factory new condition. While I do think the skin looks cleaner in factory new condition, it doesn't really fit this loadout, and that is why I chose the battle scar condition of the P90 Neon Queen for this loadout, and is a go-to pick for any purple loadout enjoyers. Moving on to our first rifle on this list, we have the FAMAS Rapid Eye Movement in field tested condition. And honestly, for only $5.59, you can't really hate on that price. And honestly, the reason why I chose field tested condition instead of minimum wear or factory new is because factory new costs $20.40 and minimum wear costs $7.75. But for field tested, it only costs $5.59. And the field tested condition doesn't look that different compared to middleware and factory new. And the reason why I chose this skin is because it looks insanely clean, and it's a pink rated skin, which you don't really get in a lot of budget loadouts. But honestly, it also looks insanely clean because it has like this 3D kind of design on the side of the gun and on the top of the gun, which kind of just gives you the illusion that you don't really get for a budget skin loadout. But it is a go-to pick for our first rifle on this list. Moving on to the second rifle on the list, and the most important gun on the list besides the AWP, we have the M4A1S Black Lotus in battle scar condition. And for only $6.53, you can't really hate on that price. And it also has the same kind of design and wear rating as a P90 Neon Queen, creating a darker purple tone on the actual parts of the gun that are purple originally, besides the grip and the mag and the silencer. But honestly, for only $6.53, you can't really beat that price. And it is also from a new case at the launch of CS2 and is a purple rarity weapon. And honestly, you can't really hit on that price for only $6.53. And that is the main reason why I chose it for this loadout. Moving on to our first scope weapon on the list, we have the SSG-08 Parallax in field tested condition. And for only $3.47, you can't really hate on this skin. And it is also from the Operation Broken Fang case and from a discontinued operation, that being the Broken Fang collection. But is the main reason why I chose this skin is because it's kind of dirt cheap for a discontinued case, and over time the skin will get increasingly more expensive due to the lack of supply of these cases, and there being no possibility to increase the supply of the cases since the operation has concluded, and is perfect for any high tier or low tier budget purple loadout enjoyers, and honestly it is a go-to pick for this loadout. Moving on to our second scoped weapon on the list and our second to final rifle on the list, we have the AUG Astrocrat in field tested condition. And for only $1.46, you can't really hate on this gun. And I know that I keep on saying you can't hate on this gun, but honestly, with all the amazing skins in this loadout and them being so dirt cheap and from discontinued cases, collections, or operations, I gotta keep on saying it. But like honestly, for this skin being from the Gamma collection, it is a discontinued case. I know I'm continually saying that, but honestly, for a lot of these cheap skins, they're from discontinued collections. They're from discontinued operations. They're all discontinued, and for some reason, they're so dirt cheap. And I'm not saying that they're good investments, that being after the crash a couple months ago, but honestly, for only $1.46, you might as well pick up the skin for an investment or just to enjoy using the AUG. But honestly, it is a perfect skin for this collection and is one of the go-to picks that I chose for this collection for the AUG. Moving on to the last gun on this loadout and the last scoped weapon on this loadout, we have the most important gun, obviously. We have the Op Fever Dream and Mental Wear Condition, and you can pick up a field tested condition for $12.92. But honestly, the reason why I chose Mental Wear is because it's only $2 more expensive, that being $14.84. And the reason why I didn't show you field tested instead of Mental Wear is because this skin scratches pretty easily, because it's from an old case, and a lot of the old cases and collections and its skins inside of them scratch pretty easily compared to the new skins a lot of new people getting used to CS are used to, like the Kilowatt case, like the Gallery case, like the Fever case. But a lot of these old cases and collection skins scratch really easily, and that's why, again, they're really rare to get factory new conditions of a lot of these old cases and skins from operations and discontinued cases. But honestly, for only $14.84, you can't really hate on the price. And it is also half the price of the factory new condition, that being $26.80, if you care about the amount of scratches on the mags. But honestly, it is a go-to pick for any pink, purple, or black loadout enjoyers. Moving on to my go-to budget purple knife for the CT side. You can also alternate this knife for the T side if you like this one more than the T side ones that I offered from last video, or you can alternate them depending on what knife you like. But honestly, I know that this knife is kind of hated on because of the hook of it, but honestly, after the crashes, you can probably find it for a lot cheaper and in better condition for a lot cheaper. But of course, I chose the Gut Knife Ultraviolet in minimal wear condition, and this skin will only cost you 72 cents. Sorry, not 72 cents, $72.75. And honestly, for minimal wear condition, it's kind of needed for this gut knife because in field tested condition, it has a lot more scratches. And you want as little scratches on the actual blade part of the skin because of the dark black tone finish on the actual metal part of the skin compared to the grip. But honestly, it is a go-to pick for any budget loadout enjoyers. I also added the paracord knife and the stiletto Navaja knife. Not stiletto, the Navaja knife for the T side, if you guys want to alternate that with the gloves I picked for this loadout. But honestly, for a gut knife, you can't really beat $72.75, and it's the reason why I chose it for this loadout. Moving on to the most important skin on the list, and our final skin on the list, we have the Driver Gloves Imperial Plaid in Field Testing Edition. And this skin will only cost you $276.33. And I say only because with a lot of the skins in the loadout, you see the gloves all the time. And if you just have the default gloves, which are grayish brown, they don't look as clean with the skins while you're using them in game. But honestly, you can go without the knife and the glove, and that could significantly decrease the total cost of the loadout for T and CT. But honestly, it is go-to pick compared to the Pandora box gloves, which is the only other pair of purple gloves in the game compared to the Imperial Plaids. because the Imperial Plaids only cost $276 compared to the Pandora box gloves, which costs over $70,000. You can't really hate on this price. And honestly, the reason why I chose field tested over well worn or battle scarred is because with this glove being pretty old and from an old case, which you can still get for a reasonable price if you unbox them. But if you're wanting to buy them out straight, honestly, field tested should be your only option you should be looking for, or any higher wear like minimum wear or factory new, because with the knuckles being a lot more scratched, with it being in well worn and battle scar condition, but is a go-to pick for any purple loadout enjoyers. Finally, I had to take a look at the best budget purple loadout that you can get in CS2 after the market crash update. And honestly, you could get a middleware condition of the gut knife, and it wouldn't be too much more expensive. But if we want the best budget knife and glove combo for any CT purple loadout wearers, we had to pick the field tested condition. But honestly, for field tested, it doesn't look that scraped, even in a high flow field tested. But honestly, the gut knife, ultraviolet, and field tested condition looks insanely clean with the field tested Imperial Plaid driver gloves with the 5.7 flame test in factory new condition. You can also get it in middleware condition to save a little bit of money. And also the M4A1S Black Lotus in battle scar condition. But honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found some help on any purple skins that you wanted to get for CT or T side for a budget purple loadout. I would really appreciate it if you guys followed all my socials and subscribe to the channel with notifications on all. And also, if you guys want to get informed on any new content that I release in the near future, or when I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you guys can join the Discord in the bottom of the description of this video. Well, honestly, I hope you guys have an amazing day or night. See you guys.